Women will chase men who are on semen retention more than the men who are not. And there are a lot of reasons why this is the case, and we are going to get into that. But before I do, I want to mention, I know it's weird coming from a woman making a video about semen retention when she is not a man and she doesn't know what it's like. I hear you, but may I remind you that women and men both have sexual energy. And it goes unnoticed, especially in today's culture that really does target men and their sexual energy, as well as women and their sexual energy. And it's damaging not only to ourselves, but to relationships. And there's a lot of flaws within that, especially when it comes to what people will do to get attention, to get liked, to be in a relationship, and to avoid the necessary parts of life that may be uncomfortable for you to face now. I've done a handful of semen retention videos because I understand the power and the impact it can have on a man's life, not only within himself, but all the other areas it can have an effect on because of the energy you possess and how it can create a domino effect in your life. And your sexual energy is a double-edged sword. If you don't have respect for it, if you are unconscious to what it does in your life, whether it's watching porn, spending hours viewing sexual content, depleting your energy, your resources, your time to something that doesn't give you anything in return other than digging you further into a hole you may be having a hard time coming out of. This is a huge step in you actually taking back your power, commanding respect within your energy alone without you needing to say a word. You are magnetic, and there is a presence about you that stands out amongst the rest of the men. Because one of the most common things I see within masculinity today is actually having masculinity not be something you honor within yourself. And I think that comes from this twisted idea of what masculinity really is, especially in a modern day society where you hear it a lot. Men are toxic, men are pigs, and the list can really go on about you guys. But with that aside, how do you define yourself? And actually, most importantly, how do your actions define who you are? Because words are one thing. You can say whatever you want on your dating profile or talk the talk to women, but that doesn't hold much weight if you're not willing to actually show up for yourself and show up for your word. And that's something that really does separate the men on semen retention from the men who are not on semen retention. Semen retention will strengthen a man from within. Now, we hear a lot that men need to be strong, and we usually associate that to their appearance, how they look. Are they muscular? Are they in shape? And yes, that can benefit you, but when it comes to when it comes to your emotional, mental, spiritual health, your muscles could just be a band-aid for the work you're not willing to put in. And there's a lot of different distractions nowadays. I think one of the most common ones is the over-sexualization we see on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Reddit. It really doesn't matter what app you're on. You can see half-naked women. You can curate your algorithm to show you basically what you see on a frequent basis. Imagine if you stopped doing that. Imagine if you deleted all these different types of distractions from your feed, or you embark on a new quest, a quest of conquering what has once defeated you. And every time you release to a porn site, release to an OnlyFans model, release to Instagram women on your feed, you are being conquered by the over-sexualization of this society with the mission to deplete men, especially out of their energetic resources. When a man does not have energy, or even worse, have an inability to bring your awareness on the things you do frequently, you become a very easy target of being a part of weakened men. And there is a ton of weak men in today's society. And I'm not here to put shame on the men today who are listening, because if that did trigger you a little bit, it may be because you're participating in things that you know are weakening you. And it doesn't have to be porn. It could be junk food. It could be your laziness, playing video games, scrolling, not doing what you say you're going to do. And if you're sick of that, if you want to break that cycle, this is why I advocate for semen retention, because you are powerful. And when you put your mind to something and you follow through with action, you will see a new man on the other end of your consistency. And you have to be consistent. You have to remain in a constant state of awareness when you practice retaining your seed. And I know you guys may have your doubts about me as a woman coming on here preaching about semen retention. And I do that for one reason and one reason only, is because I know the men in today's society deserve better. They deserve to have enough mental capacity to push through the uncomfortability of today's society and forge through the discomfort with the power of your masculinity, the masculinity that is associated to your seed. And that's why semen retention can give you that permission to go inwards rather than always giving your energy out for free, for no reason, just to make you feel a little bit better in the short term. Imagine where you could be a year from now, a month from now, a week from now, if you actually stood true to your word. We can say a lot of things to ourselves, but it doesn't mean anything if you're not willing to put down the things that are keeping you stuck, keeping you small. You have to stand taller. And that's what semen retention will do for a man. That is what makes you stand out as an individual, is you actually possessing a different energy that attracts different circumstances to you easily. And what this teaches you is self-respect. And that is the type of man a woman will chase. A woman won't chase a man who is desperate, who is insecure, who is needy, who is immature and doesn't have any ability to control himself and his sexual urges. A woman wants a man to look up to respect, to honor, to support. But if your actions are showing otherwise, she can't do that, and therefore she will not chase you. If you're not chasing after your goals, your dreams, your health, and you're prioritizing women and sexual desires over like your finances, your success, your health, all these things, that's a clear way for her to actually look down on you. Because we all know the potential you have, but if you can't see it, she won't see it. And that's where I want to end today's video. You guys have work to do, and trust me when I say, the more you have self-respect for your energy, the more you will magnetize different types of people, different scenarios, based off of actually you, your discernment, and the decisions you make for your greater good, rather than perpetuating your depletion. And when you are depleted, nothing new can come into your life because you don't have enough energy to give. So if you guys like today's video and you want any further assistance when it comes to learning more about semen retention, understanding your sexual energy, having better habits, enforcing new routines, and staying committed to your word, or even just having accountability, I do offer one-on-one coaching and I would love to assist you further. So my coaching email will be linked down below. If you guys are intrigued about semen retention, I have written an ebook that I will link down below as well to give you guys basically the 101 of what you need to know and how this can truthfully transform your life. And with that being said, you guys, give today's video a like if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button for more videos like this, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.